We have some very interesting news coming out of Toshiville. There is an influential buyer who has accumulated a fairly large position in Toshi. Now, it's not so much who the buyer is that is surprising, but it is the reason that most of us believe this buyer has accumulated a position that is very intriguing. Hint, it could be indicative of something very specific. We're going to get to that in a little bit. Before we get into the price action, remember to check out BTCC. This is my go-to crypto exchange, fully available to people in the US, Canada, Europe, and everywhere else. Definitely check them out for up to $10,000 in bonus money if you go through my link at the top of the video description area. Now it's dive into Toshi. We're at about 307 million market cap currently, pretty flat on the day, up about 1% on the 24-hour. And in the last week, we're trading between a very narrow channel of 275 million on the bottom level and 325 million market cap on the top level, which is only about 20% off the local highs we touched 2 weeks ago when this project did just nick 400 million market cap. So the bottom line is the big gains that we had earlier in the month, we are holding steady on those, and any minor dip that we had ever since the local top, we are consolidating very nicely. So this chart is looking good, great support at certain levels. Now on to the sort of bullish news, the rumor mill, the speculation about Toshi. So it all ties in with a bunch of tweets that have been put out yesterday and today. So Toshi's own Twitter page, they tweeted this out this morning. All signs lead to Toshi, with Toshi in the clouds staring down at everyone. So might mean something, might not. You know, we should see. But then the other tweets were a little more specific. So a couple hours after that, this afternoon, Coco, the dev of Toshi, or one of the devs, he tweeted, "Interesting things are happening. Don't turn off your radios." And I've been told he doesn't usually tweet stuff like this. He's not always just sort of a loony to announcements of an announcement. So this could mean something. It could not. I would tend to think, given the way he phrased it, it probably does mean something, but we shall see. Then there was this tweet put out yesterday that said, the tweet went viral. As a community member here, he said that Wintermute, a Binance liquidity provider, has supposedly been accumulating Toshi since the 9th of May. It's about a week and a half ago. And 64% of the top meme coins in Wintermute's portfolio have been listed on Binance so far. Now, who is Wintermute? They are basically what Alameda Research used to do in the back in the day, but Wintermute actually has a good reputation, not a scamming reputation, but they're a big market maker. They do a lot of trusted OTC deals, over-the-counter deals. They have a venture capital arm. They invest in early-stage projects, and they're just a hedge fund that just sort of does, proprietary trading. And then savvy community members have been connecting the dots, like this person who tweeted out that Coco's bull post coinciding with Wintermute's accumulation of Toshi seems to be pointing towards something big happening with Toshi relatively soon. So what he's saying is that since 64% of Wintermute's meme coin holdings in their portfolio are already listed on Binance, could Wintermute be trying to front run a Binance listing by buying Toshi now, because Toshi is not listed on Binance? Could very well be. We don't know Wintermute's motivations, but here is their total portfolio across all chains. Wintermute is almost billionaires. They hold $621 million worth of coins, so they are mega whales. Here is their Toshi holding. So it's only 1.23 million, but that's the exact same amount that they hold of Ponky, of Nero, of Floki, of Cox. So they kind of seem to be sort of low-risk investors. They hold much bigger allotments of Solana. They have about 112 million of Sol. They have 75 million of ETH, 55 million of BTC. So the low-risk stuff, they do not really hold more than it looks like 2%, 1-2% approximately. These guys are professional hedge fund traders. Now, I can't verify, it would take too long to verify Wintermute's actual transactions where they did buy Toshi over the last week and a half. I'd have to go through 625 pages of this. So we don't necessarily have it fully proven right now, but it does seem that these Twitter sleuths did seem to find the transaction. So, and it is in their portfolio. And I did look at Wintermute's portfolio a couple months ago, maybe February. I don't remember seeing any Toshi in there. So I think we could probably safe to assume that yes, Wintermute did buy Toshi recently. Now on the flip side, it is worth saying that about 3 months ago in February, Wintermute did accumulate Miggles, another base chain coin. People were saying that it was trying to front run either a Coinbase, Kraken, Bybit, or Binance listing, and Miggles is still not listed on any 4 of those. So could they have been trying to still front run a listing that might still happen? Absolutely, but it doesn't necessarily guarantee a big exchange listing is going to happen in the next week or two with this coin, Toshi, because it didn't happen with Miggles. And that's it, guys. Toshi Army, best community out there. Hit the like and subscribe button, drop a comment down below. Just say hi, do whatever. Love hearing from you guys. I'll be back later with a new video. BenCrypto signing out. Catch you later.